A takeaway favourite, homemade pizza. Start off by putting the flour into the baking bowl, about 250 grams if you want a large pizza. Add a good pinch of salt. Stir that together and then add your yeast. Yeast is the raising agent in the dough. Add the oil. And then you add lukewarm water. Yeast is a living organism and should be treated with care. If you put into hot water, you will kill the yeast, therefore your dough won't rise. If you put it in cold water, it won't have enough rise either, so it has to be lukewarm. When you've added enough liquid water to make a dough, put your dough on the floured surface and knead. Now, kneading means stretching the dough, working the dough as best you can. You push the dough away from you. And this makes the dough very stretchy, and it is what gives the dough the texture that we need. You knead for about 10 to 12 minutes until you get a soft, elastic dough. Your arm will probably hurt, mine did. So after the 10 to 12 minutes or so, you should see you've got a nice soft dough. Pop it into your baking bowl, which is greased. Cover it up and prove, which means leaving it in a warm place and giving it about an hour for the yeast to release the carbon dioxide gas bubbles and to rise. So I've put mine under the radiator. Meanwhile, make your homemade tomato sauce, which consists of chopped onion, chopped garlic, a tin of chopped tomatoes, a little bit of tomato puree, salt and pepper, and some basil. I have fresh basil. You could use dried basil, or you could just leave it out. So prepare your onion and your garlic. Heat your oil in a saucepan for about 30 seconds. Then add in your chopped garlic and onion. Give it a good stir and soften for about 5 minutes. Once it's softened, add in your chopped tomatoes and your tomato puree. Season with salt and pepper and let simmer down so it thickens, probably about 10 minutes or so until it reduces down. After it has been reduced, then you can blitz it either with a hand blender or a food processor to have a smooth texture. Once your dough has proved, so you've given the yeast time and warmth for it to rise, take it out of the baking bowl and knead to knock back the air. So you knead for a further 1 minute or so, not too long this time. Then it's time to shape the dough. With a rolling pin, roll your dough. You can move it around to keep a nice circle shape, or you can have a rectangle shape, a heart shape, whatever shape that you want. Be creative. It's completely your choice. How thick should you roll it? Again, it's your choice. Do you want deep pan? Do you want thin crust? So pop it onto your baking tray, make a crust around the edge and put on your homemade tomato sauce. I am putting on some cheese. I bought it pre-grated to cut this step out. I'm putting pepperoni on, sweet corn, some peppers, mushrooms and jalapenos. So put on your toppings of choice. Bake in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, 200 degrees. Enjoy!